In 2009, a baby girl was born in a hospital in Seoul, South Korea. Her name was Naleigh, and her life had barely begun before it was already filled with hardship. Her biological mother, unable or unwilling to care for her, left the hospital the very next day. The authorities tried to locate her mother for over a month, but eventually it became clear that Naleigh's birth mother had disappeared without a trace. Left alone, vulnerable, and abandoned, Naleigh spent her early months in an orphanage, enduring a lonely and difficult beginning. At just a few months old, she even had to undergo heart surgery to correct a congenital defect, a painful and uncertain ordeal. But fate, it seems, had other plans. Unknown to the little girl lying in that orphanage, her life was about to change in the most extraordinary way. A family, one of Hollywood's brightest stars and her husband, was about to choose her, and Naleigh's life would be transformed forever. That family was none other than Katherine Heigl, the beloved actress known for her starring roles in hit TV shows and movies, and her husband, Josh Kelley, a talented musician and singer-songwriter. Heigl, already a household name by 2009, had always felt a deep connection to South Korea. Her parents had adopted her sister from Korea before she was born, and this experience had left a lasting impression on her. Growing up in a multicultural household had made her passionate about adoption, and she knew from an early age that she wanted to adopt a child from Korea herself. Josh Kelley, although not as well known in the public eye at first, was already making waves in the music industry with his soulful voice and heartfelt lyrics. Their worlds collided through a mutual friend, and when they met, their connection was undeniable. Despite their differing careers, Heigl, a prominent actress, and Josh, a musician, they were united by their shared values. Both believed in the importance of family, love, and giving children a chance at a better life. Their love story unfolded like a fairy tale. Heigl and Kelley married in 2007 in an intimate ceremony, surrounded by close friends and family. Their bond was evident to everyone who knew them. Two people who had found their perfect match, not only in love, but also in their shared values. It didn't take long for them to begin thinking about expanding their family. However, their path to parenthood wasn't a traditional one. For Heigl and Kelley, the idea of biological children was never the sole focus. Both felt that building a family through adoption would be just as fulfilling, if not more so. Heigl had been inspired by her own experience with adoption, and together with Josh, they decided to pursue it. When they saw Naleigh's picture, they knew instantly that she was the one. "We always knew we wanted to adopt a child from Korea," Heigl explained in interviews. "And when we saw Naleigh, we both felt an overwhelming sense of love and knew she was meant to be our daughter." In 2009, Katherine Heigl and Josh Kelley brought Naleigh into their home in Utah, a decision that would change their lives, and hers, forever. The couple's choice to adopt instead of having biological children stemmed from a deep-seated belief that love, not biology, made a family. They had both been raised in families where the value of love was paramount, and their own experiences led them to believe that adopting a child was just as meaningful, if not more so, than biological parenthood. Their desire to adopt was driven by a sense of compassion for children who didn't have a family to call their own. "We wanted to provide a loving home for a child who needed one," Heigl shared, and that's exactly what they did for Naleigh. She became part of a family who not only loved her, but cherished every part of who she was. The couple's journey didn't end there, though. They soon realized they had so much more love to give. And so in 2012, they adopted another child, a little girl named Adelaide, further solidifying their commitment to building a family through adoption. Adoption became a central part of Heigl and Kelley's lives, and they didn't shy away from talking about the joys and challenges that came with it. In fact, they became outspoken advocates for adoption, using their platform to raise awareness about the importance of giving children a home. The couple's foundation supported both domestic and international adoption, and they dedicated a lot of their time and resources to helping children in need. Heigl and Kelley's commitment to adoption wasn't just about expanding their own family, it was about helping children all over the world find loving homes. Though their lives in the spotlight were often busy, they chose to prioritize their family and their home life. After the birth of their first biological child, a son named Joshua, in 2017, Heigl found herself balancing the demands of motherhood with her career. She spoke openly about the anxiety and stress that came with juggling both, admitting that being a working mother was more challenging than she had ever imagined. "People talk about how hard it is, But you don't really know until you experience it yourself, she said. In their quest for a simpler, quieter life, Heigl and Kelley moved to a sprawling ranch in Utah, far from the hustle and bustle of Hollywood. It was there that their children could grow up away from the glare of the media, surrounded by nature and animals. The ranch was home to dogs, cats, chickens, goats, and horses, a perfect setting for their children to grow up with a strong connection to the outdoors. The children spent their days playing by the water, jumping on rocks, and taking care of the animals, all while their parents instilled values of love, hard work, and compassion. This peaceful life on the ranch allowed Heigl and Kelley to focus more on their family. It was their haven, a place where they could be fully present for their children and immerse themselves in the simple joys of life. Despite their fame, they wanted their children to have a grounded, normal upbringing, far from the pressures of Hollywood. As Naleigh grew older, she blossomed into a smart, compassionate, and independent young woman. At 15, she was already showing signs of becoming a remarkable individual in her own right. Her bond with her mother remained unbreakable, and the two shared a close, supportive relationship. Naleigh, though still relatively private, would occasionally make appearances on her mother's social media, where she was seen spending quality time with her family and living life on the ranch. She had also started to take an interest in music, following in her father's footsteps, showing that her artistic talents were being nurtured by her family's creativity. Naleigh, once the lonely orphan in Seoul, was now part of a loving, vibrant family, and her future looked as bright as her smile. The story of Katherine Heigl, Josh Kelley, and their children isn't just one of fame and fortune. It's a testament to the power of love and the belief that family is about connection, not biology. Heigl and Kelley's decision to adopt, rather than have biological children, was rooted in their deep desire to give a child a chance at a better life, to provide a home where love and acceptance were always the priority. And in doing so, they not only changed the lives of their children, but also helped shift the conversation around adoption, making it clear that family can be built in many different ways. Their story is a beautiful reminder that the greatest gift we can give a child is love. And the greatest bond that ties us together isn't the one of blood, but the one of heart.